Okay, so question number 1. Your first role came at a young age, appearing on the TV series Glee at only 5 years old. How and when did you know you wanted to be an actress?
I think that the first initial thing, after getting into acting for, first couple times, doing voiceovers, commercials, and working in little shows here and there and film, but I think the main time that I really realized I wanted to do this was when I did Big Little Lies. And I think I never knew going into this the families and like the relationships that you can make from something like this, and I was blown away by the experience. Like, for me as a child, I don't think there's nothing else I could have asked for than not only to learn so much on a film set and get to create a story and work with amazing people, but also just be taught something so experienced. Like, I never knew something like that in life existed, where you could go and create a story with other people, and I knew that I loved it right off the bat. And as I got older and the more things that I got to do, I learned more and more about how this industry works and the people in it. And I want to continue doing that because the more I explore, the more parts I find to it and the more I start to love it.
Well, let's move on. With your dad being a camera operator, your mother a TV producer, and your younger sister an actress as well, the industry seems to be somewhat of a family business for you. How do you manage to coordinate schedules to take on new projects?
It is kind of like that, and it's kind of funny because before COVID-19, it was kind of like everyone was moving in and out of our home. Like, it was like, okay, Dad's going to work on this, and then now I'm going to go work on this for the summer, and everyone would be all over the place. And so it can be complicated sometimes because my dad always wants to keep working, and then my mom's like, no, we need family time too. So my mom stopped her work to help me, and she's been such an important part of my life too, along with the rest of my family and the support she's given me, because she comes along and she's always helping me and is a really big part of how I work. And so sometimes it's nice for her to have help coming along because she brings my sister too, and since we're both kids, we can be kind of crazy sometimes. So she's like, oh, I want my husband to come with me too so we can have help. And it's nice sometimes when you're working and the whole family is together, but everybody sort of has a story to tell with that, and it's fun.
Love it. So number 3, you have quite a few upcoming projects in post-production currently, such as the long-awaited Avatar 2 with a host of famous actors and Dungeons & Dragons alongside Chris Pine. Mm-hmm. Who is on your collaboration radar as someone you've not yet had the opportunity to work with but really want to?
Not too long ago, I did a film kind of around called 65, and that was with Adam Driver. And in a heartbeat, I would really want to work with him again because I really admire the way he works and the person that he is, and he's very focused, and to work with him again would be really great. But for other people I'm looking out for, I would really love to work with Mr. Tom Hanks, or Rosamund Pike is really lovely. Emily Blunt too, oh my gosh, I love her. But I was watching the other day on this webinar for DGA. There's this director named Chloe Zhao, and she did Nomadland, which I watched a while ago. And after watching that webinar, I realized how much we have in common. And I extremely want to work with this director because hearing her story and how she works was really amazing, and it would be lovely to work with her.
Perfect. So you're known for your maturity and professionalism on the set. Yes, it's real in real time. And by the New York Times for punching outside of your weight class. How important is it to you to stretch yourself professionally?
I think when it comes to being professional, I always want to be prepared. And I think the more work that I do, the more I get to learn, and the more situations and experiences I get to have. So I think one of the biggest learning experiences I have is literally just from doing my job and meeting people. But for preparation work, I'm right now focusing on some martial arts for a couple projects, and I'm learning some dialect. I'm learning an accent right now, a British accent. I can't say what for though, but it's just nice to have these things on the side that you can also know how to do as a person, but can also bring to the set and bring to the film. So I think it's important to have things prepared for your character, and things that you can bring, like martial arts, anything like languages, accents, because it's important. It brings stuff to the character, something that you can know going into it.
Perfect. Most people your age don't have the perspective and worldview you have, and the ones who do are usually homeschooled. How important is it to you and your family to maintain a regular routine, and how do you feel that your experience affects your perspective in the traditional school setting?
I think that if I didn't go to a normal school, I would not be who I am because, one, I am a kid, and if I didn't get to be a kid, I don't think I would be able to know what it feels like. And I think that's very important because going to school has been so much fun, and the way I get treated there is just lovely. Like I've been going to the same school for 10 years now, 8 years, like since from preschool to 7th grade. And all the kids I know like really well, some lovely friends that I'm very close to. And if I didn't go there, I wouldn't know how to socialize with kids my age. You know, it's good to be around people who are also like you, that you can, you know, converse with. And I think it's important to know what it's like being a kid, but also know what it's like to be in a world surrounded by adults. It's two very different things, but two very important tactics. I mean, doing schoolwork on set, a lot of people think, oh, you know, are you homeschooled? It must be hard, but my school is probably the most cooperative with my schoolwork, and I can always get things done. I've been a straight A student for a pretty long time, and, you know, I think that my education is very important to me, and I want to do my best with it, too, aside from, you know, having a job.
Amazing.
I think one of the best parts about being a kid is, you know, extra school curricular activities. And recently I had the most fun, and I was on a mock trial team, and I was a defense attorney, and I literally learned about what it's like to be in a court. And sure, I've seen Legally Blonde, When They See Us, What's Up Doc, a couple courtroom scenes, but really when you put yourself in the shoes of being an attorney, not only is it very stressful, but it's fun to learn what another side of the world's like, and it's something I can even bring to a character someday later in the future in film. But I also, physical exercise-wise, I do swim team, which the season just ended, and I got a couple medals this year. Like I went away from swim team for a while because of work, and coming back to it, felt so good to be back in the game and like swimming, trying to beat your time, and like my friends are yelling at me from the other side, like, go Chloe! And so I'm just like swimming and smiling and just living life. I mean, I think it's important that you live life because you have to live it to portray it too.
Perfect. You're known to you are known for putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak. How important is it for you to give back and to support environmental causes?
I think being at a point right now and growing up as a child and being surrounded in a world where everyone is struggling and our earth is struggling, it feels so good and it feels important to be able to make a change about it, because I know that right now children's voices are strong and it's important to listen to them because they're surrounded by what is going on. And I feel like if I didn't give back, I feel like I would just be a bystander watching things happen to the earth that isn't helping anyone. And giving back just makes me so happy. I think where I find true happiness is when I make others happy. I mean, it really puts a smile on my face when I know that I made somebody's day better or I made a change. I mean, I always want to make a change. And I think making change is what brings us to a better place, and working together. I always want to give back, and that's very important to me.
You have an active presence on social media. Do you consider yourself a content creator, and what do you enjoy about TikTok and other platforms like it?
I have a very love-hate relationship with social media. I get a lot of good things out of it, and I can be educated in great ways, and it's good to catch up with what's going on, but sometimes it can also be not so good for me. You know, I do my best to not spend so much time on it. Like, I feel like after a while, the more time you spend on it, it's just not good for you and your mental health. Like, and I think I haven't been on TikTok that much because I'm going to be 13 in a week, and I sort of just wanted to retract from social media for a bit because, you know, there's a lot of change happening, and I just sort of took some time to have a self-assessment and, you know, step away from having to constantly be told what to feel online, you know, and see other people's lives go by and wish you had that, and just have a moment to be grateful for everything and just live in the now. So, I mean, usually I'm on social media just to say hi or make a post. So, otherwise than that, it's been pretty nice. I mean, I love getting to keep in touch with people online, and I think that's one of the things that also brightens my day. So, I'm always online just to say hi or promote for something.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the last one. In The Resident, as Lucy Williams, we get to hear a sample of your lovely singing voice. In real life, you write stories, play the piano, and are quite skilled in the ukulele. What role does music play in your life now, and do you have any plans or future aspirations, musically speaking?
I think music is one of the top things that I love. It is such a huge part of me that music can help me convey emotions in a way. Like I can express myself better by listening or playing music. It can help me amplify feelings. It can help me deal with feelings. It's like a separate form of comfort there, and I've grown so close to being a part of it that there's not a time that you will walk into my room and I'm not playing music. There's always something going on. It doesn't matter genre, year it was made, artist. It's just everywhere because music tells a story itself, and it's kind of like acting. It has feeling behind it, and it makes you feel, it makes you dance, and that's important to me. I've always wanted to write music, and I just never really knew where to start. And I played instruments before, like piano, ukulele, the recorder for a bit, and I always just get such a euphoric feeling from being a part of music. And without it, I don't really know what I would do. I think it helps me get through so much, and I want to be able to write my own songs because I feel like I get to express feelings that way, and it's important to me too.